Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 10758. This is the Juniors T-Rex Breakout, which was released as part of the Fallen Kingdom Jurassic World wave, except under the Juniors banner. It was just released at the same time and used Fallen Kingdom packaging. But, you know, this is a $50 set with 150 pieces, which is kind of a terrible price per piece ratio, but you know, it is a junior set, so it's kind of to be expected. It is easy to build with, you know, large pieces and everything, as well as you do get a giant molded dinosaur, so it's where part of the price comes from. But I wasn't going to spend $50 on this. The only reason I bought it was because it was $21 on clearance at Walmart, and that's why you'll notice the box is not in the best shape. But, you know, what can you do? I figured at that price, to get a T-Rex, it was worth it. And the set does have just the one instruction booklet, which, you know, is kind of big for a junior set, but, you know, this is one of the, I think $50 is the highest price point we've seen junior sets at. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it is. But you'll notice that you get kind of 3 builds and 1 dinosaur, and the T-Rex is impressive. It is nothing exclusive. It is just the same T-Rex that we got in the 2015 Jurassic World 1 T-Rex tractor, set number 75918 if anyone was interested. But, you know, it's cool to be able to get that. That's out of print at this point. So, if you didn't have that, maybe you didn't get into Jurassic World until Fallen Kingdom came out, then this is a good way to get that version of T-Rex. And if you don't know how T-Rex dinosaur figures work, or like the larger style ones, their legs are independently articulated. They're on kind of a click hinge style joint, and you know, they can move forward and backward separately. You really can't get them into a single or like a walking pose without them falling over unless you're on a studded base, which is a little bit of a shame, but you know, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, really nothing you can. I guess you can get that, and it'll stand like that. But anything more than that, and it just wants to fall over. You do also have the tail, which can be turned side to side, and the end is kind of, it's like dual molded, and there's like a split here, and the end is a little bit rubbery, so you won't like hurt yourself if you poke yourself with it, I guess. The printing on the legs is pretty good, as well as the printing all throughout the top of the body. There are 4 studs on the back, which you could use to seat a minifigure if you wanted to make a T-Rex riding warrior tribe, I guess. And you do have the arms, which are just Technic friction pins, so they will hold their position, but you know, that's it. And they can hold a bar-sized object in their front claws. So, for example, this hot dog, which is actually a spare piece, or the sausage piece, he can carry that, and then his head is on a ball joint, so you can rotate it all around, and you can kind of get it from that angle to looking straight down, pretty much, which is a good range of motion. And again, the printing on there is pretty good, and you get the eyes as well. The eyes look nice. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty well-designed piece, and you do have the jaw, which can open, and it's kind of got the 2 locked positions, closed and open, but you can kind of wedge it right in between, and it'll stay. You can't really fit a whole minifigure in the mouth, so, you know, there's that, but you can kind of like, if you have them angled backwards a little bit, you can kind of pose a figure as being eaten if you wanted to, but you can't just like hide a whole figure in there like you can with the zombie shark pieces from the Dead Men Tell No Tales set. But it's a cool dinosaur piece and definitely a big draw of the set, but it's not an exclusive design. It would have been nice to see one of those, but yeah, this is a junior set, and it also is a retired design, so it's not. I'm not disappointed to get this one here, because it is still a good-looking piece, but, you know, it's just not exclusive. So if you have the old one, you don't really need to get this. And then we've got our little Jurassic World van, almost. It's kind of super junior-y, and very, almost laughably simple. It does use one of the Junior's car bases, and it rolls perfectly fine. It's got a print, which this is just a traditional juniors print, nothing exclusive on the front end. And it's got one seat in there, which you can sit a figure in. No roof over that area. You do have a back section, which you can kind of almost see into from the front. These are nice panels here. I don't think they're exclusive to this set. I think they might... No, I guess they are exclusive here. But there's two of them, so that's nice. Nice to see those, and they are a little bit scratched up, as in maybe the T-Rex got to them first. And you can open up the back. This handle is kind of ugly. You can remove it if you want to. It's just there to make it easier to pull it open, but you can just do it from the side. But, you know, by default, they want you to put it on. And, you know, it's fine. It helps. And you got some taillights, which, lots of taillight, and this little egg on a little platform, almost an incubator platform, maybe. And it's designed to look like the glass goes all the way around, but it actually doesn't. It's cool to get these panel pieces, though. These are the double-edged ones. And a figure can just hold this and transport it over to the lab. You know, also, this is open all the way through. You can close that up, but that's not there. But, moving over to the lab. It's a pretty small little build, just on a 10 by 6 plate. And, you know, it's got this one little section of wall. There is an antenna there as well, so I guess they can receive some sort of communication. But there's a little egg here, which I guess this is maybe a dinosaur hatchery. We do have one of the mini dinos, which, you know, it's cool. It almost looks like a baby T-Rex. It's like halfway between that and a raptor, so you probably could use it for either. They traditionally have used it for little raptors, like with the baby blue in the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom range, but you know, this is a different recolor, and I think it's obviously in this color designed to look like the T-Rex. But you have the other egg there. This is a relatively common printed slope that appears in a bunch of city sets. There are two walkie-talkies here, so I guess two of your figures here could take a walkie-talkie so they could communicate with each other, and they're just stuck in this crate. And I guess maybe that's what the antenna is about. There's a little leaf up here to show that this is kind of a little bit overgrown, maybe. And then this panel, unprinted in gray, is exclusive to the set, and it's one of the Juniors window panels. And we do have this really cool print on the inside that's designed to show the island and the little egg status. That's a really good print, and that's just on one of these window panes that can go up and down. That's really cool, though, and I like that a lot. You'll notice that there is also a second one of these little stations that the first egg was in, so you could bring in this, as mentioned before, and you could transport that to the hatchery, which I guess is what this is designed to represent in terms of this little play pattern. And I guess this is where all the little hatched dinosaurs go and hang out until they're transported back to their natural habitat. And then we have the sort of gate build slash pen. I mean, this looks to me at least like it's a dinosaur enclosure, and the T-Rex would be over here hanging out, and then, you know, you'd be able to watch through here. And part of that is because we've got this hot dog here, which is obviously because dinosaurs love hot dogs, and that's just on an articulated arm, and you can reach his mouth to where it is and then pull it off. The hot dog does just sit on top, so it's kind of a little bit weird in design. It almost feels like it should be like on a hook or something, but you know, it is what it is, and that is articulatable at several joints. Down here we have the little fence, which they're only attached by two studs, so you can knock them out really easily. You could use a dinosaur's tail, you could use something else, but you know, they are there, and that's a pretty good little simple feature. It really doesn't take any extra pieces to do that. As well as down here we have this printed 2x2 tile, which is designed to look like an electrical symbol, because this is where you activate the electric fence. So I guess maybe someone accidentally turned it off, and that's why the dinosaur was able to break through without getting zapped or electrocuted. And this is obviously, you could use that as a bunch of standing space for figures. So maybe we've got our guard here in charge of monitoring the electric fence, and he was just doing some repairs, and dinosaur got him. And then we got some torches here. This little this printed ramp section is pretty good looking, especially with the electric vehicle tracks that run up to the gate. I don't know if this is designed to be like one of those electrical vehicles that would drive on it, but too bad for them, they can't actually get through the doors because they're boarded up with this printed 1x4 tile, nothing exclusive to the set or anything. But you can just pull them apart and then be able to open the gate, which I don't know why you'd want to do that if you're driving into the T-Rex cage, unless maybe you're on a super secret rescue mission to steal the T-Rex's eggs so that you can hatch them properly in a safe laboratory environment. But other than that, this big giant wall panel is all printed. That's an exclusive print and looks really good. There's a little bit of extra foliage hidden behind these slopes too. And there's a ladder on the side which I guess takes you up here, and then you have to like shimmy around the sign, which that's an exclusive printed 2x2 tile or 2x4 tile. And then you'd have to like shimmy over here in order to reload the hot dog, because maybe there's no this can't turn inside and outside, so you can't, you know, load it over here and then bring it over there. It doesn't work that way, which is a little bit of a shame. But you know, from the back, there's nothing here. It's just completely hollow. You could stand a figure inside here. And in the set we have 3 figures. 2 of them are generic unnamed Jurassic Park workers, or Jurassic World workers. We've got the scientist and we've got the guard. And the scientist has some interesting pieces that are not seen anywhere else in the Jurassic World range. But the torso is from the Volcano Explorers sub-theme from City, and they just swapped out the hands, so it's technically an exclusive part ID, but it's just different colored hands. And his face is actually the one that they introduced for Leonard from the Big Bang Theory, and they reused it in one other set as well, which was the Detroit Steel set as Justin Hammer's face. So, you know, it's a relatively uncommon face print, cool to get. His hair actually also isn't the most common thing in the world, but I think that appeared somewhere else in Fallen Kingdom as well, on one of the random, I think it was the, what's his name, Eli, right, from the Indoraptor set. And then the guard has the scared guard face from the Lego Batman movie that they first introduced, and he's just wearing a ball cap, so he doesn't have an alternate facial expression. The interesting thing about him, though, is his torso, which actually only appeared in the 3 Juniors Jurassic World sets, so, you know, if you didn't get any of the Junior sets, then you won't have this torso. And it's a good-looking design, actually, and Leonard the Scientist has an alternate face, and he has a stick as an accessory, probably to play fetch with T-Rexes, because T-Rexes behave like dogs. And then we have that nice-looking tranquilizer gun for the guard. And it's nice to get a named character in this set, and here we have Claire, and, you know, it's the same version of her that appeared in all the other Fallen Kingdom sets. So, you know, it's a good-looking design, it's just nothing crazy exclusive. Her face is still a little bit weird to me, this particular version of it. It's a little bit like ultra expressive, which isn't a bad thing. It's just a different kind of art style, but I feel like that fits the Junior sets more than the regular ones, so, you know, I mean, I guess it's appropriate here. And just have that tennis player hairpiece in the same color as the Series 3 tennis player. So, I don't think this is any sort of must-have set, but I think that for younger builders, I think that this is pretty much the best that they could have done for a 4+ Jurassic World Junior set. Yeah, it's got just about everything that you could want wrapped into one set. And I guess maybe the only thing that they could have wanted is specifically Blue, because Blue's the only dinosaur really that has any sort of personality. And I guess Owen as well. But, you know, I think that as just a dinosaur set, not specifically Jurassic World, even though this is Jurassic World branded, I think that this is really well done. I think that the dinosaur, you know, is a really good piece, and nice to get it in a Junior set, even if it's not an exclusive design. The only thing I sort of have an issue with here is price, and I'll be honest, I think that I was a little bit harsh on it before getting this set. Harsh on the price point. I can see I can see $40 of value here. I think it's a little bit of a stretch, but you know, I think $40 is fair. Originally I would have said it's not worth more than $30, but I don't know, having this T-Rex in hand, I can see it. But you know, as far as is it worth it for you, it might be better, assuming that you don't, or assuming that you are not in the target junior's age range, if that's your complaint here, it probably would still be better for you to get a $50 set instead of, or a $50 regular set instead of a $50 junior set here, unless a T-Rex is what you're really after. Because if you are after a T-Rex, this is the cheapest way that there has been to get one. This is I think next least expensive was the, well, actually I guess they did one for Fallen Kingdom too, but the $70 T-Rex transporter. That's the other option. Is it worth spending $20 extra to get that set instead of this one? I don't know. I don't have that one, so I can't tell you. I will say that one does have a different design of T-Rex, and it also does include Zia, so maybe if you're trying to, maybe if you were a big fan of Fallen Kingdom and wanted to get the full main cast, then you probably want to get that one instead of this one. But, you know, for younger builders, this is really good, and I think that if you see this on sale, it's worth considering, at least. Or if you see it on clearance, it's worth considering. But, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.